Hi everyone, how you all going? I just got out of seeing A Working Man starring Jason Statham and directed by David Ayer. This is the second movie directed by David Ayer to star Jason Statham after The Beekeeper, which came out in January 2024. Also, sorry if my voice sounds a little bit off. I do have a tiny bit of a cold. I'm a lot better than what I was yesterday, but yeah, do have a very tiny cold. So apologies for that. What do I think of the movie? I actually enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Now, halfway through, there are a few sluggish moments. Plot is pretty straightforward. Basically, Jason Statham plays a construction worker, ex-military, who's actually a widowed father. He tries to actually increase his visitation rights with his daughter, who spends most of the time with her grandfather, so he's with his ex-wife's father. And then basically his boss's daughter ends up getting abducted by the Russian mafia, and she basically ends up getting trafficked. So yeah, she gets abducted by the Russian mafia, and then Jason Statham basically, tries to actually track her down and, save her and bring her home. The third act, my God, the action in the third act was fantastic. I'm talking, Jason Statham slashing up a bunch of people with a knife. Shooting multiple people with a silencer, with a rifle, with, throwing a grenade in one scene as well. The action in the third act was fantastic. There's also one scene pretty early on where he shoots two Russians with a shotgun. But yeah, the action, yes, was very good. The plot, nothing too original. I mean, it's sort of like Taken, a little bit different in the sense that in Taken with Liam Neeson, he tries to save his own daughter, whereas in this movie, it's actually not Jason Statham's daughter who he's trying to actually save and bring home. It's his boss's daughter. But this movie is also based on a novel that was actually published in 2014. And also Sylvester Stallone was actually a writer on this movie. He previously also wrote Homefront, which also starred Jason Statham, which came out in 2013. But overall, if you're a fan of action, this is a must-watch. Yes, especially in the third act. The first and second act also have a little bit of action as well, but third act, the action was fantastic. The only gripe I do have, I think at times in the action scenes, they made Jason Statham seem a little bit too indestructible. I would have liked to see a bit more of a vulnerable or a bit more mortality as well. Like in the sense, I felt like in some scenes, they made him seem too indestructible. So, but yes, the action did deliver. The plot was okay for the most part. Did I prefer it to The Beekeeper? I did. I actually liked the plot of The Beekeeper more. But this movie, the action blew me away more and not as much exposition. But take care, guys. All the best and go check it out. All right. Bye.